A seismic shift is unfolding above us, poised to redefine the very essence of your being in this world. While the majority remain blissfully unaware, a celestial force is gathering, ready to crack open realities and shatter perceptions. Mark your calendars, Tuesday, March 31st, precisely at 9:40 p.m. At that moment, a profound astrological alignment will paint itself across the heavens. The sun, blazing in its exalted home of Aries, will form a perfect trine with the elusive black moon Lilith, wandering through the untamed expanses of Sagittarius. If your mind dismisses this as mere celestial mechanics, you're missing the heart of the matter. This is no gentle cosmic whisper, it's a thunderous roar. Imagine a universal skeleton key, forged in the fires of liberation, poised to unlock the deeply buried, fiercely authentic aspects of yourself that the world has systematically tried to silence and cage. And here's where this story truly ignites. While this particular alignment graces our skies roughly every 9 months, today's manifestation is singular, imbued with an unprecedented potency. It strikes at the precise 11-degree 20-minute mark, anchoring itself within the most dynamically powerful fire signs imaginable. The sun, in its exalted position in Aries, isn't just shining. It's supernova bright, operating at the zenith of its vitality, asserting its will with unbridled force. Simultaneously, Lilith isn't merely traversing Sagittarius. She's untethered, embodied as the spirit of untamed truth and radical philosophical rebellion, refusing all boundaries. What, then, does this seismic conjunction mean for you, personally? It means that as of today, the apology ends. That subtle, insidious habit of shrinking your formidable presence to make others feel at ease. That quiet dimming of your brilliant light, fearing you might appear too much. That corrosive tendency to second-guess the very core of your intensity. The blazing passion that fuels you, the raw, unfiltered authenticity that defines you. All of it. It ceases. Not slowly, not eventually, but irrevocably, right here, right now. And if, over recent days or weeks, you felt an inexplicable pressure mounting within you, a visceral sensation of something profound, stirring, threatening to burst through the surface of your curated existence, then pay close attention. There's a precise, karmic reason why this energy is converging within you at this exact moment. I promise to unveil that truth later, so stay with me. But first, we must lay the groundwork. To truly grasp the monumental power unfurling, you must first comprehend the enigmatic force known as Black Moon Lilith. She is not a planet, and therein lies her profound, untamed power. Conventional astrology often fixates on the tangible, the celestial bodies we can observe. Yet, the cosmos whispers a deeper truth. Some of its most potent forces are not physical objects, but rather precise mathematical points in the void of space. Black Moon Lilith stands as a paramount example, a phantom limb of the universe that exerts an undeniable gravitational pull on the soul. Astronomically, Lilith marks the lunar apogee, the precise point in the moon's elliptical journey where it swings farthest from our Earth. Pause and absorb the metaphor inherent in this celestial fact. The moon, in astrology, is our emotional core, our security blanket, the repository of our conditioning. All the subtle ways we've learned to navigate society's currents by playing it safe, by conforming. Lilith, however, resides at the maximum possible distance from these comforts. She is the empty focal point, the gravitational void, the untamable wilderness within you that vehemently refuses domestication. While the moon seeks belonging and emotional safety, Lilith would rather ignite the entire structure in a cleansing fire than feign a role she was never meant to play. Where the moon teaches you the gentle art of assimilation, Lilith commands you to choose exile, if that's the price of your unwavering truth. Mythologically, Lilith embodies primal rebellion. She was Adam's first wife, forged not from his rib, but from the same sacred earth as him, an equal. When commanded to submit, to assume a subservient role, her spirit recoiled. She refused. With every fiber of her being, she chose the vast, untamed wilderness over the stifling cage of subjugation. She chose defiant exile over coerced compliance. For this unyielding audacity, patriarchal narratives demonized her, casting her as a monstrous creature of chaos and shadowed darkness. But that narrative, like so many others, is a deliberate distortion. Lilith is not the villain of this timeless tale. She is the potent archetype of the one who dares to utter no when the collective chorus sings yes. She is the vibrant, raw energy of the marginalized, the perpetually outcast, the audacious spirit punished for defiantly refusing to contort themselves into a box that was never designed to contain their magnificent wildness. In the intricate tapestry of your natal chart, the precise placement of Lilith reveals where the world has relentlessly whispered or shouted that you are too much, too loud, too intense, too sexual, too wild, too honest, too opinionated. For years, perhaps even decades, you've meticulously filed down those vibrant, vital edges, striving to render yourself palatable, digestible, safely innocuous for public consumption. A constant, wearying act of self-erasure. But today, that agonizing performance culminates. The sun, the radiant core of your conscious identity, the undeniable pulse of your life force, your luminous, authentic self, forms a perfect, frictionless trine to this long-exiled, powerful part of you. And when this celestial convergence occurs, the cage door doesn't merely creak open, it violently disintegrates, dissolving into stardust, leaving behind nothing but limitless space. The fire trine, where power flows without permission. In the lexicon of astrology, a trine represents the most harmonious, effortless aspect, a graceful 120-degree embrace between two celestial points, sharing the same elemental essence. There is no friction, no grinding resistance, no arduous struggle here. Instead, there is pure, undeniable, self-sustaining momentum. Where squares and oppositions often manifest as crucible moments, forcing growth through friction, conflict, and external pressure, a trine operates differently. It is the universe extending an open hand, whispering, "Here, take this." It is unequivocally yours. No conditions attached, no trials to pass, no prerequisites to fulfill. Just receive it. And crucially, today's trine unfolds in the element of Lafak fire. The primal force of passion, decisive action, magnetic visibility, and unyielding courage. This is not a subtle internal whisper of change unfolding within the sanctuary of your own mind. No. This is a resounding declaration. This is a visible, undeniable surge. This is you, stepping into the breathtaking fullness of your power, radiating such an undeniable presence that everyone in your orbit will not merely notice, but feel the seismic shift. The sun, already exalted in Aries, is a magnificent, untamed blaze. Its core functions of vitality, identity, and fearless self-assertion amplified to their absolute zenith. When the sun traverses Aries, it naturally propels you towards radical independence, audacious bravery, and the unshakable courage to define your existence on your own, uncompromised terms. Now, layer upon this the influence of Lilith in Sagittarius, the sign of expansive philosophical truth, higher wisdom, and an unwavering refusal to bow to dogma simply because it's the prevailing narrative. Sagittarius does not genuflect before false prophets. It does not blindly trust authority. It embarks on a relentless quest for its own truth, even if that truth brands it a heretic in the eyes of the established order. When this exalted sun in Aries forms its perfect trine to Lilith in Sagittarius, a singular alchemical transformation occurs. your conscious, radiant self effortlessly begins to integrate the shadow, the wild, the long exiled parts of you that have patiently, perhaps painfully, been waiting for permission to simply be. But here's the electrifying twist. You no longer need anyone's permission. Today, with crystalline clarity, you realize that the only validation, the only approval you have ever truly needed, resides unequivocally within yourself. 3. Signs are about to reclaim absolute power. While the potent ripples of this energy permeate the entire collective consciousness, there are 3 zodiac signs uniquely positioned to receive its maximum transformative benefit. If your sun, moon, or rising sign graces the fiery domains of Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, then mark this day. Today is your coronation. These are the indomitable fire signs, the sacred triplicity, bound by the elemental essence of passion, creation, and unfiltered, audacious expression. For you, the Sun-Lilith trine isn't merely an upgrade, it's a total, revolutionary rewrite of your fundamental relationship with power itself. Allow me to illuminate precisely what awaits each of you. Aries, this is your season, your moment of unparalleled cosmic affirmation. The sun currently blazes through your first house, the very core of your identity, your physical presence, your radical self-actualization. This is when you are destined to shine brightest, move with audacious speed, and assert your will with unyielding force. Simultaneously, Black Moon Lilith fearlessly traverses your 9th house, the domain of profound philosophy, higher truth, and an expansive worldview. The 9th house compels you to ask monumental questions. What do I truly believe? What truths am I willing to defend to the very end? What ancient wisdom truly guides my untamed path? When these 2 powerful houses forge such a potent trine, something truly profound ignites within you. Your inherent impulsivity, your exhilarating speed, your direct, no-nonsense approach to life. These qualities are suddenly fortified, not by mere instinct, but by an unshakable higher philosophical truth. You are no longer simply acting on impulse. You are moving with the unstoppable force of deep-seated conviction. For far too long, Aries, you've endured the relentless conditioning. Slow down, wait for others, soften your approach, apologize for being too aggressive, too demanding, too direct. You've been subtly, insidiously taught that your innate fire, your vital essence, is somehow a flaw to be managed, a problem to be contained. But today, that suffocating conditioning shatters into a million pieces. You will realize with absolute undeniable clarity that the only individuals who benefit from you dimming your glorious light are those who seek to keep you manageable, those whose fragile sense of self is deeply threatened by the sheer magnitude of your power. Today, you stop seeking permission. You cease waiting for external consensus. You halt the self-defeating apologies for knowing precisely what you desire and pursuing it with unyielding, unapologetic fervor. When you finally embody your raw, unedited code, the authentic blueprint of your being, doors that were once hermetically sealed will now swing wide open with effortless grace. Your luck during this period is not passive. It is directly interwoven with your fierce independence, your uncompromising honesty, and your courageous willingness to apply force when the moment demands it. As you reclaim every part of yourself that was ever labeled too much, you step into an era of unprecedented authority and undeniable visibility. Sagittarius, your wildness is your currency. Sagittarius, seize this incandescent moment. Black Moon, Lilith currently commands your first house, the very epicenter of your identity, your physical being, your immediate manifestation in the world. Lilith in the first house is an intense, untamed force. She is the primal dark goddess enthroned within your core, compelling you to confront every single way you have subtly or overtly played small. Simultaneously, the radiant sun traverses your fifth house, the vibrant domain of creativity, passionate romance, unadulterated joy, and unbridled self-expression. This is the house of pure pleasure, of what makes you feel exquisitely alive, of the thrilling risks you take purely for the exhilaration of joy. When these two powerful houses connect through the effortless flow of a fire trine, prepare for an unparalleled emotional rebirth. For the past 9 months, as Lilith has traversed your sign, you've been on a relentless journey of excavating profound shadow material. You've been confronting the ancient heretic wound, the cellular memory of being punished, shamed, or ostracized for thinking differently, for refusing to conform, for daring to champion a truth that threatened the comfort of the established order. You've accumulated a dense, heavy energy around feeling perpetually misunderstood, judged for your non-conformity, and utterly exhausted by the burden of maintaining a performative optimism for the benefit of others. You've been the good sport, often at the devastating expense of your own sacred boundaries. Today, that burdensome charade dissolves. The Sun-Lilith trine delivers a massive, exhilarating surge of liberation. You will experience a deep, purifying emotional catharsis that empowers you to permanently release the desperate need for external validation regarding your most cherished belief systems and your boldest lifestyle choices. You will find yourself capable of vocalizing your most controversial, even your most hidden, thoughts with an astonishing ease and grace that surprises even you. And here's the truly wild part. This fifth house solar activation ensures that this radical authenticity will render you irresistibly magnetic. You will effortlessly draw in romantic, financial, and creative opportunities that align perfectly, harmoniously with your newly unfettered, untamed nature. Sagittarius, your victory lies in the profound realization that your wildness is not a liability to be tamed, but your most potent currency, your greatest asset. The more unapologetically, vibrantly yourself you become, the more abundantly the universe rewards you. Leo, create for your pleasure, not their applause. Leo, you stand at the natural apex of this magnificent fire trine. With natal placements in Leo, the transiting Sun and transiting Lilith unite to form a temporary yet profoundly impactful grand fire trine in the cosmic tapestry above. This is an event of colossal significance. The Sun, after all, is your planetary ruler. Its every major aspect profoundly dictates your life direction, your physical vitality, and the very core of your psychological center. Right now, the glorious Sun is traversing your 9th house of higher learning and expansive philosophical exploration, while the untamed Lilith makes her powerful transit through your 5th house of creativity, exhilarating risk, and passionate romance. Herein lies the profound challenge you've long contended with, noble Leo. As a natural-born performer, you are abundantly endowed with warmth, undeniable charisma, and an exquisite eye for quality and grandeur. You instinctively know how to captivate an entire room, how to command attention, how to master the art of presentation. Yet, the subtle, insidious shadow side of this extraordinary gift is the pervasive tendency to perform for the deafening applause of the crowd, rather than for the sacred, deep fulfillment of your own soul. You've been consciously or unconsciously diluting your unique, vibrant frequency, striving to remain universally adored, to never ruffle any feathers. You've poured your creative energy into producing what you think people desire to see, instead of giving voice to the raw, urgent demands of your own soul. You've worn the brilliant yet suffocating mask of performative joy, all while your deeper, more complex, and intensely passionate truths remained carefully hidden. Today, the Sun-Lilith trine issues a powerful, non-negotiable challenge. Drop the mask. This is an ardent invitation to wholeheartedly embrace your most provocative, your strangest, your most sacred and uncompromised path. It is a divine decree to stop digesting and diluting your magnificent essence for the timid consumption of others, and instead to radiate your absolute, unapologetic power in its full, blazing glory. When you courageously dismantle the performance and permit your darker, more intricate passions to surface, something truly miraculous unfolds. You will attract significant, undeniable abundance. Your public standing will not merely elevate, it will solidify as a testament to your authenticity. You will experience a profound professional or creative breakthrough rooted in genuine expression. This trine grants you the ultimate permission to become the unapologetic artist of your own life, creating strictly for your own exquisite pleasure. And here is the sublime irony. When you finally cease chasing universal adoration through endless compromise, you will receive the exact recognition you previously yearned for. But this time, it will be authentic. This time, it will be unequivocally yours. Remember that enigmatic teaser I offered at the outset. Here's why you've been feeling the pressure build. The one about that strange, inexorable pressure building within you. Here, now, is the profound revelation of why you've been feeling it so intensely. The Sun-Lilith trine doesn't simply snap into existence at 9:40 p.m. like a light switch. Oh no. Astrological transits are far more organic, more visceral than that. They build, they intensify, they create an almost unbearable tension before the glorious, cathartic release. If you've been plagued by a pervasive restlessness, an internal agitation like something primal within you is desperately attempting to break through a suffocating surface, that, my dear, is Lilith, the untamed goddess, demanding her long overdue acknowledgement. If you felt sudden, searing frustration with ingrained people-pleasing behaviors, with biting back your truth, with shrinking your magnificent presence in conversations, that is the sun, your radiant core, preparing to mercilessly illuminate every last thing you've meticulously suppressed. This profound pressure you're feeling? It's not anxiety, a problem to be solved or medicated. It is, in its purest form, the raw, unstoppable energy of your authentic self pushing with all its might against the confining walls of the cage you've unconsciously built around yourself. And today, those walls are not merely cracking, they are utterly crumbling. The discomfort you feel right now is not a sign of distress, but a hallmark of radical transformation. You are standing in the sacred threshold, that potent liminal space. You are no longer fully anchored in the old paradigm, nor have you yet fully stepped into the exhilarating new one. Liminal spaces, by their very nature, are rarely comfortable. They are the fertile void where true metamorphosis occurs. But today, precisely at 9:40 p.m., the alignment becomes exact. The energy transmutes from building tension to an explosive, liberating release. And that visceral pressure you've been experiencing, it doesn't disappear, it transforms, transmutes into pure, unadulterated power. The Libra, full moon, testing your new boundaries. And here's a critical piece of the cosmic puzzle that most aren't discerning. This Sun-Lilith trine, as monumental as it is, does not occur in isolation. Less than 25 hours after the exact alignment on March 31st, precisely on April 1st at 10 p.m., we are graced by a potent full moon in Libra. This Libra full moon, positioned at 12 degrees and 20 minutes, forms a direct, undeniable, geometric alignment with Lilith at 11 degrees Sagittarius. While the moon in Libra naturally opposes the sun in Aries, creating a dynamic tension, it also forms a supportive sextile to Lilith herself. A full moon in Libra inherently demands a ruthless examination of balance, harmony, the sacred reciprocity of partnerships, and the very scales of justice in your life. It compels you to evaluate precisely where your fiercely reclaimed personal autonomy intersects, or clashes with the realities, needs, and often the unspoken expectations of other people. Traditionally, Libra energy has defaulted to the path of least resistance, smoothing over conflicts, engaging in subtle or overt people-pleasing, and suppressing personal needs to maintain a superficial, often fragile, peace. But this particular full moon is inextricably, fundamentally linked to the empowering, revolutionary wake of the Sun-Lilith trine. The old, conflict-avoidant Libra response is no longer energetically supported. What this means, in stark terms, today, you reclaim your power. The very next day, you are immediately, unequivocally tested on whether you have the courage, the conviction, and the audacity to keep it. This full moon will shine a harsh, unavoidable, revelatory light on every relationship, every exchange of energy in your life. It asks profound, piercing questions. Where are you chronically overgiving, bleeding your vital energy dry? Where are you desperately clinging to partnerships out of a primal fear of abandonment rather than genuine connection? Where are you pretending a dynamic is functional when it is, in reality, fundamentally draining your precious life force? This potent lunation acts as a definitive, unyielding boundary-setting event. The authentic power you so courageously reclaimed on March 31st is now to be applied directly to your romantic, business, and platonic relationships. You are not merely encouraged, you are, in many profound ways, forced by circumstance to release relationships or entrenched behavioral roles that no longer truthfully reflect your liberated self. The temptation will be immense. To compromise just enough to soften your stance, to keep the peace, but the deeper, sacred astrological mandate here is clear. Restoring genuine, equitable balance sometimes demands applying direct, unwavering force against the prevailing tide of expectation and discomfort. What stopping the apology actually looks like. Let's ground this profound cosmic shift in practical, tangible terms. What does it truly mean to stop apologizing, to cease shrinking your magnificent essence? It means when someone, perhaps subtly, suggests you are too much, you no longer internalize that pronouncement as a fundamental character flaw within yourself. Instead, you recognize it with calm clarity as their limitation, not yours. It means when you walk into a room and your undeniable energy immediately shifts the entire atmosphere, you don't instinctively, apologetically try to make yourself smaller. You allow yourself to take up the space you inherently deserve, radiating your presence without hesitation. It means when you hold a controversial opinion, a potent truth that defies the prevailing consensus, you speak it anyway. You cease prefacing your statements with tentative qualifiers like, "I don't know if this makes sense, but nombadombadomwar," or "maybe I'm wrong, but nombadombadombadomwar." You own your knowing, your unique perspective, with unwavering conviction. It means when you desire something, a passionate relationship, a dream job, a transformative opportunity, you go after it directly, with a primal, untamed hunger instead of passively waiting to be chosen, waiting to be invited, waiting for someone else to validate the legitimacy of your desire. It means when someone attempts to wield the weapon of guilt against you for setting a sacred boundary, for uttering the powerful word no, for unapologetically prioritizing your own essential needs, you do not cave. You hold the line, unyielding and resolute. Today's potent alignment isn't demanding that you become something you are not. No, that would be another form of suppression. It is instead fiercely demanding that you stop pretending to be something you are not. Therein lies a monumental, life-altering difference. For far too long, you've been exhaustively managing other people's reactions to your very existence. You have meticulously calculated every move, every uttered word, every subtle expression, based on how it might be received, how it might be judged. You have existed in a constant, draining state of self-editing, a perpetual self-censorship. Today, that exhausting, soul-crushing performance ends. Not because you've suddenly decided to be reckless or inconsiderate, but because you've arrived at a profound, liberating realization. The sheer volume of energy you've been expending, trying to control others' perceptions of you, is energy that could be, and now will be spent actually living your vibrant, authentic life. The one thing that could block your breakthrough. There is only one solitary force capable of sabotaging the monumental energy surging forth today, one insidious whisper that could steal your breakthrough. Resistance. If you receive this exhilarating surge of authentic power and immediately instinctively second-guess it, if you attempt to rationalize it away with logic and caution, if you allow yourself to fall back into the comforting yet suffocating patterns of self-doubt and old conditioning, you will miss this irreplaceable window of opportunity. The fire trine offers effortless momentum, yes, but effortless does not equate to automatic. You must still choose it. You must still reach out with bold intention and claim what is being so generously offered. The most potent block will not manifest from external circumstances or the opinions of others. It will emerge from that insidious, familiar voice in your own head, whispering, "Who do you think you are?" You can't just change overnight. People will think you're being fake. This isn't realistic. You'll regret it. That voice, dear one, is not the voice of wisdom. It is the insidious whisper of fear, the echo of the conditioning that has tirelessly kept you confined to a space far too small for your magnificent spirit. Today, when you feel that undeniable surge of confidence, when you hear that crystal-clear inner knowing articulating exactly what you want and precisely how to attain it, when you feel the powerful impulse to speak your truth without a single apology, do not hesitate. Do not overanalyze it into oblivion. Act. Act. For the universe is not just presenting you with a gift, it is handing you the very key to your liberation. But you, and only you, must unwrap it. You must say an unequivocal yes. You must step boldly and irrevocably into the power that is now finally yours. After today, everything changes. March 31st is not just another date on the calendar. It is a profound, indelible demarcation line. There exists the version of you that painstakingly navigated the world before this transformative alignment. And then there is the version that will gloriously emerge after it, the before version, apologized, shrunk, second-guessed, performed for others, meticulously edited themselves, and compromised their essence. The after version, that is the self who, with profound clarity, finally understands that being too much for some people simply signifies that you were never meant for those louse people. That is the self who unequivocally realizes that their intensity, their blazing passion, their raw, untamed authenticity is not a flaw, not a bugs in their system, but the most magnificent defining feature of their being. And here is the exhilarating promise of what happens when you courageously step into that afters version. Life itself begins to move differently. Opportunities that were previously shrouded in invisibility will suddenly shimmer into view. Souls who resonate deeply with your true, vibrant frequency will begin to appear in your orbit, drawn by your authentic light. Situations and relationships that once relentlessly drained your life force will begin to fall away, not through arduous effort, but through a natural, graceful realignment. This is not magic in the mystical sense. It is the inevitable, powerful law of alignment. When you cease fragmenting your precious energy by desperately attempting to be everything to everyone, when you consolidate your formidable power by being unapologetically, fiercely yourself, you become magnetic in a way you could never have been while performing. Today marks the audacious beginning of that monumental shift. The Sun-Lilith trine has flung open the cage door, but it is you, and only you, who must now boldly walk through it. If you are still with me, still absorbing these potent truths, I extend my deepest gratitude for your unwavering attention. If this message resonated with the deepest chambers of your soul, if it ignited a spark of recognition, then I invite you to click the subscribe button. Your support fuels this mission of liberation. Please share your profound experiences and burning thoughts in the comments below, especially if you are an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, feeling this transformative energy intensely right now. Until we meet again, may you walk in your power. Subscribe and embrace the unfolding.